guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 93 of the Hearts of Midlothian save, and we start in the medical centre, which is never a good place to start, and that is because we have two injuries, the biggest of which is He Who, done for 3 months, which is season-ending effect. Well, it is season-ending because it's April. It's summer-destroying as well, but torn ligaments for He Who, so we are without our big, lovely man of Joel He Who at the centre of defence for the rest of this season, which is a big loss. Particularly in the Champions League, when he had just been called up to the England squad as well, which is sort of another little kick in the balls, but that's him done. And Andre Dozzle as well for 3 weeks, so he might get back, expected return 9 days to 3 weeks. So if we say sort of 2 weeks, that's sort of mid-April, so he should be back at some point for the run-in, but he's done a thigh strain. So it just leaves us just that little bit more short in midfield, which is a slight problem, but out of the Scottish Cup, maybe with those less fixtures now we can deal with it, but not good news nonetheless. But before we get to this episode, which we are playing Rangers away from home in the league, which is absolutely huge, and then we get our Champions League quarter-final underway against Lyon, again away from home. Let's see how we did against Kilmarnock in the league, the only game since last episode. Turnbull gave us an early lead from the spot, and McDonald doubled our lead after a defensive error left him unmarked. Kilmarnock pulled one back seconds after the break, but Brewster restored our lead and secured the point after Uche picked him out at the back post. So a good performance. I was a little bit worried when they scored just after the break that they might come back and ruin our day, but it was Turnbull, McDonald and Brewster with the goals. Again, you can see it was a pretty much rotated team trying to keep players fresh for the Rangers game. We got away with it. It was a good performance. We outshot them. They scored with their only shot on target. Possession was roughly even. We did go back to the 4-2-3-1. I know that you guys were saying in the comments that you think we played better with that. We certainly played well in that one. So that was a good thing. You can see there are 2 games today. Against Rangers. We'll skip over Motherwell and then we'll come back for the first leg there against Lyon. And the good news is that while we were beating Kilmarnock, Celtic were beating Rangers. So we have a 7-point gap at top of the table now. 2 games to go until the split. 1 game for Celtic. So even though they're 8 points back, we do have a game in hand on them, which is actually this Rangers game. So it could be 8 points if we were to lose to Rangers. But again, with that 8-point gap, worst case scenario, we're 5 points up. So we only have to beat one of the big firm teams one more time this year. And assuming that Rangers, we win out the rest of the games, we will be crowned champions, which is a fantastic achievement for us. Now, let's have a look at the team we are sending out here to face Rangers. And this is it. We are the favourites for this one, despite them beating us in the Cup last episode. And if we have a look at what we're expecting, we know what to expect. It's Philip Cocu, a balanced, direct playing style. Now, we are expecting them to go out in the 4-1-4-1 in this one, which is strange to me considering they beat us in this formation last time out. Now, whether the scouts have got that wrong or not, time will tell. But we've had to go with the scouts and pick the team sort of based on them playing the 4-1-4-1, which means this formation, I know you guys said you didn't like it in the comments, but we do better with this formation. The only one it really works against is the 4-1-4-1. So, this is the team. It's Amar in goal. So, Connor, Coping, and Dreer comes in with obviously He Who missing. We've had to go with somebody different in the back 3. So, we're going to go with Dreer. He's not as good in the air, but look at this, his positioning is really, really strong. He's a good defender that's getting better. We're paying him $8,000 a week, so we've got to use him in the big games. It's Lang down the right. Johnson will be back shortly, 2 days, so my plan is to make sure he is fit and firing for Lyon. That's sort of the plan there. So it's Lang and Taylor for this one. It's Cochrane and Dominguez in midfield. It's Hartford in behind Cameron and Carlos. There's a lot of C's in there, isn't there? Let's go. Let's see if we can essentially wrap up the title with a win against Rangers. So there we go, the scouts did get it correct, so we are playing the right way, which is good. I did have Lancaster and Clare on the bench, so we could have moved things around a little bit. Carlos can play on the right as well, but thankfully we're not going to have to worry about that. Tell them to pick up where they left off. I'm just going to say we're on a good run lately. Go out there and impress me, boys. Yeah, let's put on a decent performance. Let's get revenge. Let's get revenge for that Scottish Cup defeat. Yeah, I did toy with the idea of playing up the revenge aspect, but it never really works for me. So it does once or twice. Obviously, it does work once or twice. But yeah, we'll just say we're playing well. No pressure here, boys. Just go out there, do your thing, and give Rangers a little bit of a smacking. We're doing okay so far. Lots of possession, but not so much by way of chances. Here's one here. Dominguez to knock a corner in. It's decent. Cameron's there, and he gets underneath it and knocks it over the bar. I'm wondering, given that's sort of how they're playing, let's slow it down, let's be more expressive. Obviously, they're just sitting back. We're going to be camped outside their penalty area, it looks like. So let's just take our time, work our openings, and then make sure we put it away when the opening presents itself, please, boys. Come on. Can we nick this, or is this going to be a lesser spotted Rangers highlight? They've just lumped one forward for Morales. Don't like that. Don't like that. Big save from Amar, and Dreer hacks it clear. Is the highlight finish? It doesn't look like it is yet. McGuinness is there. Lumps across in. Lang's there. Good header out by Kieran Lang. Look at that. Straight to Taylor as well. Nicely done, sir. Come on. Demand more here, boys. Come on. They are coming back into it a little bit. I'm wondering if slowing it down hasn't actually worked. So we'll get rid of that. We've sort of let them... Now, they may have just come back into the game anyway, but we'll change that back. We haven't had some classic games lately, have we? The Dundee game last episode was a bit of a snooze fest. We've had a couple of bad ones against Rangers lately, and this is not much better. What do we say to that? Okay, assertive. It's time for everyone to dig in. Let's go out there. Let's win this game of football, and let's put them to bed. I mean, in the context of the league season, a draw here isn't the worst result for us, really. But I'd like, if we're going to draw them, I'd like to see us sort of on the front foot and having a go at them, and you know, them hanging on for a draw, rather than what we've seen right now, which is just a little bit of a snooze fest where neither team can get the better of the other team. So, yeah, is there anything we want to change tactically? I'm a little bit cautious of the fact they lumped one over our heads. Let's put a bit of pressure on them. Let's try that. I don't like doing this usually because with no DM they could find space, but they've only got one man up there anyway, so I think that should be fine. We won't do counter pressing just yet, but we'll definitely keep that up our sleeve as an option. We do have Dimitri Mitchell we can come on to play down the left. He's not as good defensively, which I'm always cautious of bringing him on against, you know, the better teams, and we know Rangers have good wingers that can cost us. So McGuinness is playing on the right now, and he is more of a central midfielder than a sort of out and out winger. This is clearly not working for us, is it? So let's hit early crosses in. Let's maybe try exploiting the flanks, and let's maybe raise. Let's not change too much at once. Carlos is having a bad day, isn't he? Do we need Uche up there? They've changed their striker. They've taken Morales off. I think it might be a day for Uche, and I don't want to take Carlos off. He's so good. So we'll bring Uche on as a pressing forward. Try and close them down. All right, Mitchell, go out there. Cause some. No, I don't want to bring him on because a draw isn't a bad result for us, is it? Show some passion, boys. Come on. Again, I don't want to go attacking because a draw isn't a bad result. Oh, you only live once. Come on, boys. Let's win this and go up the other end. Don't do it, boys. Don't do it. Away. Oh, he's there. Lang's there again. It's not cleared yet, though. It's not cleared yet. Can we get a foot in here, please? I don't like this. This is making me very, very nervous. Amar, save us, mate. Oh, no. McGuinness. Oh, it's a stunning goal. And is it going to be the goal that kills us? What has happened to us this season? We're falling in a heap. Let's raise our... What do we do? Well, we have to raise our tempo. We have to counter press, and we'll have to get stuck in as well. Oh, it's a good strike, but it's not what we needed. We probably need to bring Dimitri Mitchell on now as well, don't we? Get that more attacking left-sided player on. We suddenly look very anxious, which isn't good. Carlos is not having a good day. Let's take him off. Let's bring Lancaster on for him. And it's just not happened for us today, has it? What is going on with our team? It's been an even game. We've arguably been the better team, but we haven't created anything. Here we go. Last chance saloon. We're over time. Can we rescue it late? No, we can't. And we've lost to Rangers again. What has happened to us? Was what, 5 points up now? Because we were 8, wasn't it? So 5 points up. Another disappointing performance. Another disappointing result. And I know I can hear you all saying you should have played the 4-3. No, was it the 4-2-3-1? But this has worked against Rangers in the past. It wasn't a good performance, boys. I'm going to be aggressive. It really wasn't. You're in training tomorrow. We fall to late defeat. The goal itself was maybe a little bit unlucky. But yeah, I mean, Carlos hasn't scored. How long has it been since he scored now? 9 hours since Carlos got a goal. We have all just fallen in a heap. It might be time for a team meeting, I think, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to play against Motherwell, and then we'll come back for this first leg of our Champions League quarterfinal. We go to France, and we're not in good form for it. Okay, welcome back. Let's hopefully put that behind us. We've got a Champions League quarterfinal to look forward to here against Lyon. We may not be the main fixture today, though, because Real Madrid is also playing Barcelona in the other quarterfinal, so perhaps a little bit pressure on us because no one's going to be watching. But before we get to this, let's have a quick look and see how we did on our trip to Motherwell since the Rangers game. It was looking like another day of missed chances until Curtis Jones threaded a ball through for Sean Clare 6 minutes from time. And a few minutes later, Clare returned the favour, crossing for Jones at the back post. So there we go, we got there in the end. It was looking like a dodgy result, to be honest. Uche, look at that, a 6-2. He had a horrible game in front of goal. But it was Clare and Jones. They've rescued us before, and they've done it again. They did really well at the end there. The match ratings, they really improved the last 5 minutes when we started scoring. Otherwise, we were average at best. But we did get the result. That is the main thing. And if we have a look at what that means for the league table, it's as you were, 4 points ahead of Rangers. They beat Dundee. I think it was, 2-1. And we've still got the 8 points there on Celtic. Now, the league split has taken place. And you can see that we have Celtic away. That's a given. But we do have Rangers at home this year. So that is good. That is really helpful, I think, given that we essentially need to make sure we're beating them and hope maybe Celtic can do us a favour against them as well, which would be very nice of Celtic if they could do that. But let's go back and focus on our Champions League game here. Now, unfortunately, we don't have much information on them. They're a Bruno Genenzio coach team. You can see there he's decent, maybe not the best manager, a standard balanced style of play. They have players like Fekir, like this guy who's I can't pronounce, who's really good. Moussa Dembele as well. And we have no data analysis report. So we don't really know what we're up against. And I don't like going into these games blind because I don't know what to expect. But this is the team that we're sending out now. We've got an injury concern. Harry Cochrane picked up a knock after the Rangers game, so he's not fit to start this one, which is a problem. So we go Amar in goal, Taylor, O'Connor, Coping, and Johnson as a back four. Johnson not completely match sharp, but he'll do. We've had to put Dominguez back into the DM role because he's the only one that can really play it. That means we lose him as a box-to-box midfielder and his late runs into the box. Hickey comes in to play that role, and he's no Dominguez. He does have a good long shot though, so maybe we can hope to see one of those. Hartford has to play as the advanced playmaker there because again Dozzle is injured, so he's not available. Edie goes down the right, Lancaster down the left, Carlos up top. We bought him to score goals in these sorts of games. He's on a goal drought. We really need him to kick on here. Okay, so they are playing as expected, so that's good. So the DM was the right decision to go with. What do we say to this? Go out there, prove a point. Good luck, lads. Pull out for an upset. The least I expect. Do we just say we're underdogs, no pressure? Just over what we've got. Let's go with that. Some calm. We have faith. I mean, we're in the quarterfinals. You know, we've done better than I think we expected. So, you know, I mean, in a way, playing Lyon is almost worse because part of you that just thinks, we've beaten better teams. So, yeah, that's going to be, that makes it tricky, but it's a nice early booking for Hickey. That's the last thing we want. Hickey really worries me in midfield. He's not at this level, and I don't like that this highlight's continuing. It's nowhere near the goal, so that's fine. It worries me. Hickey worries me in there. I think this summer we have some difficult decisions to make regarding players that at this top level are just not quite good enough. I think Hickey's one that we need to maybe upgrade, or we do need to upgrade on. I think Turnbull's another one. I think Darnell Johnson is another one. Here we go with Fekir. Oh, and he slithered in, and it's 6 minutes in, and we're 1-0 down. Show some passion here, boys. Come on. Yeah. I'm really frustrated we don't have that data analysis report. I don't understand why it does that. Sometimes it just gives you nothing. Now, I've obviously played games in Europe before to get to the quarterfinals. Just give me the analysis report on that. I don't know if it's a bug in the game. I don't know what it is, but it really annoys me because you go in blind, and when we've got to remember. It's over the bar. Yes, we've done really well, and yes, we've beaten some really good teams. But if you look at our squad, none of our players are getting into any of those other teams. So we are still massive underdogs. We need to be able to see, what we're expecting of them, what we're expecting to come up against to give us a chance. It's one of these where we've got to kind of try and be tactically smarter, and if we're going in blind, it's very difficult to go tactically smarter when you're blind. There's a decent ball. Oh, it's come to Lancaster! It's been blocked! Oh, we needed that. We need away goals, don't we, essentially? As many away goals as we can get would be nice. We saw against Bayern, we beat them 2-1. And, and that really served us well at home. It essentially got us through the tie. So, here we go with Hickey. That's a decent ball for Hartford. Here we go. Hartford's walked it in. Hartford! Oh, the keeper makes a save. It wasn't a bad finish either, was it? It was just not able to find its way through. Here we go with Dominguez. Crossing to the box. Carlos is there. He can't win the header, and that ends the highlight. Can we give it another get creative here? We're doing okay. Just that one, it's almost a moment of magic from Fekir, and that can happen. When we're playing against teams of this and players of this quality, that unfortunately can happen. Now, what do we say to that? We've been okay. I don't think I want to ream them out in a game that we are not necessarily favourites for. They've done excellent. I don't know if they've done excellent. Let's maybe say we've been unlucky. We'll tell the players here that aren't playing as well as we would perhaps like them to, that we expect a little bit more. But we don't want to kill confidence, particularly because a lot of the players in this team, sort of our first choice players, have not been playing well lately. After the Rangers game, I sort of went through and everybody that their form had dropped off, and we all know who those players are. It's most of them. I just basically said, come on boys, your form's declined a little bit lately, let's pick it back up. So hopefully, I'm hoping that we'll see a reaction to that. We haven't really yet, but it's a very tough game to judge them on. Don't do it! Oh, Amar's dived at nothing, and we've got a free kick. It's a red card, ref. It's disgusting. It's another corner. I'm wondering if we should have done a little bit more work on defending set pieces. Almost certainly we should have. And of all the ways to concede a goal, a set piece, boys, now we have to score an away goal, don't we? We haven't really looked like scoring yet, have we? Let's take it off, exploit the flanks. I wonder if we lower the tempo a little bit as well, and we'll try being more expressive. Carlos has once again not had a good day in front of goal, has he? But that might just be lack of opportunities. Let's hit early crosses in as well. Alright, we need to change something here. We've got Diallo on the bench. Darnell John, he was not particularly match sharp, but he's not had a good day. Edie's had a poor day as well. Let's bring Curtis Jones on for him. And let's bring Claire on for Lancaster, who again, despite having that wonderful start to the season where he was scoring for fun, he has just fallen off a cliff. Let's hope the changes make some sort of difference. We'll go attacking. If they score again, 3-0, we're done. But I just feel like we need a goal. If we go home without an away goal, it's really, really going to be difficult. We haven't laid a glove on them, have we? We haven't looked good enough. I think we've really, really missed the players that are missing through injury. Diallo's got a decent head on that. That's the game. And again, it's been a kind of crappy episode. Sorry, guys. We've lost form at the wrong time of the season. I'm going to be aggressive and say I'm not happy with that because we can do better. So there we go. Olympic Lyon ease to victory. Carlos vows to end your goal drought, mate. You just do it soon, please. That's 8 games now without a goal, and we're not paying you $8,000 a week to look pretty, mate. I don't know what to do. I'm really, really down about that. We're in the Champions League quarterfinals, so we've done really, really, really well. We're going to have a really difficult time turning that around, though, aren't we? We need to have the game of our lives at home next time out. So we'll come back for that. Then we'll do the Dundee game at home as well. It's looking as though it could be last 8 and out for us, though. Let me know what you think in the comments. What can we do to turn this around? We have a week, 2 weeks off now, 8 days. So we have a week off now. I'll tell you one thing we'll be doing in training is defending set pieces or corners, because that wasn't good enough. I'm wondering actually if we probably should need to look to do. Let's get rid of match practice. Actually, we don't need match practice, and let's do some attacking free kicks and some attacking corners, because you feel like those could be crucial for us if we are going to get ourselves back in this. But there we go, guys. That's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, again, I don't know why you would have. A sympathy thumbs up. No goals, 3 conceded, no points. The recaps were good though, weren't they? So there we go. See you next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.